All right, let's get right into it. All around us right now, there are these invisible networks that are quietly, well, changing everything. I'm talking about how we drive, how we get our electricity, pretty much everything. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and look at what are called cyber physical systems, where the digital world doesn't just suggest things to the real world, it actually controls it. So, to kick things off, let me ask you this. What could possibly connect a smart car, our nation's power grid, and a super high-tech hospital? I mean, on the surface, they seem like they're from totally different worlds, right? But believe it or not, they all share one huge game-changing secret. And here it is. This is the big idea. Just think of it like this. Each one of those things has a digital brain that does all the thinking and a physical body that actually does all the work out in the real world. This connection, this digital brain controlling a physical body, well, that's the absolute core of what a cyber-physical system is. If you get this, you're going to get this whole explainer.
Okay, so we've got our analogy, the brain and the body. Love it. But now let's get just a little more formal. Let's do the official handshake. What are we really talking about when we use this term cyber-physical system?
Now, this might look like a mouthful, but the key words here are actually super important. The first one is inextricably linked. This isn't just about a computer being stuck inside a machine. It means the digital and the physical parts are in this constant, deep conversation with each other. And how do they talk? Through what the definition calls feedback loops. It's a two-way street, and that's what makes a CPS so incredibly powerful. And that feedback loop, that's basically the engine driving the whole thing. It's not a one-and-done command. No, it's a never-ending cycle of the system looking, thinking, and then doing something. It's what lets these systems adapt on the fly to whatever the real world throws at them. And this breaks that loop down perfectly. First, step one, sense. The system uses its sensors, cameras, thermometers, whatever, to see what's going on. Step two, compute. The digital brain takes all that data and figures out what it means and what to do next. Step three, act. The actuators, these are the motors, the switches, the physical parts, make a change in the real world based on that decision. And then, step four, repeat. It immediately starts all over again, sensing the result of its own action. It's this beautiful, constant cycle. So we know what they are and how they work, but how do you actually build one of these things? There are a couple of main ways to go about it, so let's take a look at the two main blueprints. You can think about it like this. The centralized design is like having one big boss in charge of everything. The good news? It's pretty simple to manage, and coordination is a breeze because the boss sees the whole picture. The huge glaring weakness? If that one boss goes down, the whole operation just stops, dead in its tracks. Now, the distributed model is more like a team of experts. Each expert has their own little area of intelligence. This makes it way more reliable. If one expert calls in sick, the others can usually pick up the slack. But as you can imagine, trying to get a whole team of experts to agree and work together, yeah, that can get really, really complicated. And all of this power, all this complexity, it leads us to the most critical part of this whole conversation, the challenges. And believe me, the stakes are incredibly high when things go wrong. And this quote, it just says it all, doesn't it? The more we hand over control of our physical world to these systems, the more vulnerable we become when they fail. And a failure could be anything from a sophisticated cyber attack to just one simple little mistake. And this is the point that you have to understand. The consequences are just in a different league. Look, when a normal IT system gets hacked, you lose data. And don't get me wrong, that is a massive problem. But when a cyber-physical system gets breached, you can lose control of a power plant, of a car, of a dam. This isn't just a problem anymore, it's a potential catastrophe. We're talking real-world physical damage or worse. And the number of ways things can go wrong is just huge. An attacker could just try to shut the whole thing down. Or, and this is even scarier, they could launch what's called a data integrity attack, which is basically just lying to the system's sensors to trick that digital brain into making a terrible decision. Literally every single piece of this system is a potential way in for a bad actor. But here's the real kicker. And if you take away one thing from this section, make it this. We worry so much about hackers, but a single software bug, one little sensor that goes haywire, can cause the exact same physical disaster as a targeted cyber attack. The physics don't care about intent. And that means this isn't just about cybersecurity anymore. It's about fundamental system safety. So you might be thinking, wow, with all those risks, why on earth are we doing this? It's a fair question.
The answer is that the potential payoff, well, it's not just an improvement, it's a full-blown revolution. And this is why it all matters. We're talking about factories that can literally rebuild themselves for a new product overnight. Wearable devices that don't just count your steps, but can predict a medical emergency and intervene. Cars that simply cannot crash. Power grids that are so smart they can stop blackouts before they even start. I mean, this is the future that CPS promises. And honestly, a lot of it is already here. Which really brings us to the final big question, doesn't it? There's no doubt about it. We are merging our digital and physical worlds faster than ever before. So the challenge for all of us, for the engineers, the policymakers, for you and me, is how do we make sure that the future we're building isn't just smart, but that it's also profoundly, fundamentally safe?